What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. I want to close out the month of Jan, and I didn't post last week. And the reason why I didn't post, in fact, I think I'm gonna make a separate video about this. So I got like a call from my HR, and this was regarding me posting my salary and sharing like the stuff that I share on my channel. It's not a problem that I show my salary actually. I don't know if people know this, but to share your salary on social media is not against your contract with your employer. I don't know where you guys work. Maybe for where you work, it is a problem, but where I've been working, and as far as I know, plus before I took the decision to share my salary and my information on social media, I asked my partner, who is a lawyer, and he was like, nope, it shouldn't be a problem. It's not a problem. You're just not supposed to share like company information and things like that. And most companies then have like a social media policy and stuff. So I had to have a chat with my HR. I did nothing wrong, but it sounds like you guys are taking my videos and showing them to your employers and asking them why you not earning as much as I'm earning and that's not what I wanted when I created and decided to share such information. I wanted to be like a learning moment and motivation really, and maybe we can have a conversation about how you can get to where I'm at, or whatever questions that you have, right? Let's talk about how you can go from the salary that you have to a better salary and the options that you have and things like that. But now it just sounds like it caused a little bit of commotion that it shouldn't have caused. But anyway, I'll make a separate video about that. I'm still going to share my information. What I'm not going to do though is specifically say this is how much I earn. Right? Pretty sure you guys are smart out there. If you want to calculate, you'll probably get, yeah, you'll be able to like get down to it, but I'm not gonna specifically say how much I earn. I'll show you guys my income though, which would be my salary, whatever money I get from my partner, whatever money I get from YouTube, I'll share and just say this is my income for the month, and I'm not gonna break it down like I normally did. Like you see here, I normally like broke it down. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I can share this because I've like my salary for the month of Jan because I had already shared that. It's out there, it's fine. But going forward, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say, this is my income, right? So you'll see that my salary was like around 43, but my income was like 49. So there are other things that I got money from and stuff. So I'll just say my income. Anyway, let's not dwell on that. It's a bit boring and sad. So we're closing off the month of Jan, and I am in the red like nobody's business. Like this one here. What do you mean I spent almost 3,000 more than what I had budgeted initially? That to me is sickening, right? Like disgusting. But anyway, I'm just gonna go down here because I did share week one and week two spending. I'm just gonna skim through week three and four, and I'm deciding if I wanna actually show you guys what I spend money on. Do you guys care really like that? If you do, I'm gonna keep doing it, but I'm just like, oh, it's probably a bit boring for other people. But anyway, there's money that I think I stopped at the 14th. So I'll just skim through. I got some Discovery Miles there, 656 rands, and I bought groceries. And then I got more money from my partner to buy a burger. My car loan, I paid that off. And what's this? Steers wallet credit. Oh, my partner gave me money to buy Steers burger. Right? But now I had a negative, not a negative, I had credit in my Mr. D app. So I ended up paying 11 rands instead of the 120 that he gave me. I ended up paying just 11 rands and using the wallet credit that I had, which was cool. And I put money in my emergency fund, 4,102 rands and 7 cents. And I do that because I love seeing rounded up numbers in my savings. I hate cents in my savings. So if I do have cents, I'll send like an extra 2 rand and 7 cents just to make it a round whole number. Then I bought muchachos, and then my partner gave me money again for Nando's. Then I paid for the Nando's, and then there was groceries and my brother's fees and my paycheck that came in, which I zoomed, not zoomed, but then I kind of like am not showing it. My Le Creuset payment, yeah, Payflex, I made that. And then we went to Yamampela. Do you guys know Yamampela? I went to Wits, right? I studied at Wits. I did my undergrad in psychology and sociology at Wits, and then I did my honors in demography and population studies there. And if you like a Bram person, you know Yamampela. So drove from Midrand to Bram to buy their fries and their Russian and cool stuff. Then my brother wanted money for cigarettes. I don't smoke. Right. So if you see cigarettes, it's not for me. It's for friends and family. So that was my brother's. And then yeah, I gave somebody money there, friend and family. My mortgage was way less than what I had expected to pay. Then I had some short-term insurance stuff go out, right? My life cover went out. And then my brother went to the Department of Education. We had some stuff to ask there, so I Ubered him. We drove to Sandton. In fact, that day when he went, to the Department of Education. My partner had booked like a massage for myself and him. So we drove with my brother to Santon. We dropped him off at like the Department of Education. Then we drove to the place where we're gonna have our massage. Then when he was done, he gave me a call and I Ubered him back because we were gonna be there for like I think we had booked like an hour and a half session or something like that. And he finished in less than 30 minutes. So during my massage, you can imagine, I had to be like, sorry, can I please have my phone? They gave me my phone and then I Ubered my brother home. That was cool. And then payroll investment for my provident fund and my pension fund. And I got an extra income. Yeah, 3,794 rand and 57, 53 cents. There's more money there that I got. And then checkers, clothes. Again, these are like Payflex payments, right? 400 rands. I put 400 rands in my Nedbank credit card. I am not using my Nedbank credit card, and there's a huge part of me that wants to close it. I want to close it because I don't. But then people who say if you close your credit card, it's gonna ruin your credit score and wah 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 wah. Yeah, so I don't know what to do there. But anyway, I paid 400 rands because I had used it, so I had to put the money back. And that's another thing. I want to keep all of my spending in my Discovery account. But then you have somebody like my mom who needs me to send her money, and she prefers like cash send, and Discovery doesn't have cash send. So now I must take the money from my credit card and then move it from my Discovery to my Nedbank credit card so I maintain a balance there. Things like that. So I'm just like, I want to close the card. I also have a Capitec account, which I'm really also not using. The only time I use my Capitec not credit card, my Capitec account, it's just like a savings account. I use it to pay for my Showmax subscription, like to buy the voucher, because if you buy it via Capitec, it's like slightly less. I don't know if it's like 50% off or something, but there's a discount there if you buy a Showmax voucher using a Capitec account. That's the only time I use that card. Or if somebody that uses Capitec says to me, go back cash send or whatever, something like that. So yeah, I don't know if I should close those accounts. I really want to, but then anyway, we bought some pizza. What happened here? Why did I buy pizza? Probably, oh, I was just craving it. I remember. I was just craving it and I was working. It was during the day. And I was like, oh, let me have some pizza. Then Prime Video subscription. I bought some more food. Guys, you will see. I spend an extra 3,000 rands. I spend around 6,000 in January on grocery. Like, what? But yes, that happened. I think I'm not tracking my spending as well as I think I am. Because what the heck? And then there's the discovery fees. That's like my vitality fees and other fees. I don't know what else goes in there, but yeah, the fees. And then this is my funeral cover actually. Let me see, funeral cover. That went off on the 26th. Then I bought more food again. Checkers. My goodness. Then I bought muffins. Oh, my my partner's mom, my mama Zala, my son's granny, sent me 250 to go buy my son muffins when I go to the office. You guys know my story, right? So I bought my son muffins. I bought some fruit, and then I got a sandwich for myself when I was in the office, and I got mid lemon. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my voice is like shut, right? And I haven't been feeling well, but I'm a whole lot better. So I bought mid lemon in the office actually, because I couldn't even speak. Like, you know, when you speak and your throat is like itchy and stuff, that's what was happening. So I think we can come up here. Let's see. Income, just high level, right? Overview. 49,790 and 2 cents. That's how much income I had in the month of Jan, which I think is cool. It can be better, like double. It wouldn't hurt if I was earning like 100K. I need to pray about that, see if I can make it happen. You know, my expenses and bills came up to like 26,381 rands, and then I saved almost 6K, 5,902, but I invested 13,305. Can I do this? 19,237 rands and 7 cents went to savings and investments for a person who earns 49K, or not even 49, like 43 around there, right? For me, that is amazing, right? There are people out there who spend all of their money and they don't get to save and they don't get to invest. I think being able to save just around almost half of my salary is beautiful, right? Because 20K, I could be driving a very, very nice car with that money, right? But I'm here deciding to save and invest that money and not like spend it. Oh, actually, part of this though is my provident and pension fund money. So I need to separate that. In fact, let me do this so we see the actual view. So it would actually be this and that that came from my net, 12,000 that came from my net. The other 6,000 went from my direct, like my payroll, right? I still think it's good. Um, I could still buy a very nice, let me see, a 12,000 rand installment. I wouldn't do that to myself, right? Even 3,000 installment sounds crazy to me. Like, what do you mean? I'm throwing that towards a car. But yes, let's come back here. You guys know the story here. I didn't budget for my son to go to school, but he ended up going to school and I spent almost 4,000 there. I didn't budget for clothes, but then I got some Puma sandals. Then actually my partner paid for that, but I just track it on the spreadsheet. I budgeted for hot chocolate at the office and I didn't get any, right? So for you who are saying, why are you having drop the coffee? I actually did drop the coffee, but I don't know about coming months, right? I didn't budget for fuel, but then I ended up spending 300 to take my niece home. How train, that was fine. I budgeted 3.6 for groceries and I ended up spending 6.5. This is madness. I don't even want to talk about it. And then hair. Something is wrong here. Oh no, nothing is wrong. I did my hair in Feb. I did my hair in Feb, so you're gonna see my hair transactions in the Feb videos. Okay. Um, healthcare. This is when I went to the doctor. Home improvements, like if I'm buying spoons and stuff, I'm gonna put it under home improvement, but then it looks like I went above budget by 300. Medication, I went above budget by 88 rand. That's fine. services apps. These are subscriptions. I went above budget by 76 rands, and I also made the decision in Feb to cancel some descriptions. So you guys will see a decline there. Fees, budgeted 200, ended up spending almost double, right? Personal care went above budget there as well. Bolt did not go above budget. I don't go anywhere. This is evidence that me, I go to the office and I sit my bums at home. Because why? Um, Business expenses, these were promotions, right? Like TikTok promotions and things like that. To, okay, electricity donation, that's fine. I paid exactly what I needed to pay. Helping my friends and family, I went above budget just a little bit there. Levies, I didn't pay levies that month because I had paid double in December, right? But you're gonna see the levies come back in Feb. And then life insurance, that's fine. My cell phone is fine. My short-term insurance is low. In fact, I just rounded it up and said 150 because I did not want to go through the trouble of calculating. So I just said 1.5. Then I'll see how much they actually are. Then I'll use this figure for my budgets going forward, like the next few months, right? And then because I do send money to my Nedbank credit card, I decided to just make a line item for it because when it does go out, it shows as a transaction. So I can just track that, right? So there's that. For my emergency fund, I planned to save 5.6, but I ended up saving 4.1, which I think is not so bad. Here I had budgeted 834 and I rounded it up to 900, the same as this, which is fine. This kept it the same. Tax-free savings account, my son's tax-free savings account, my retirement annuity, my provident fund, pension fund, that's fine. And for my mortgage, I had budgeted 8,000 and whatever, but then I ended up paying 7.7. And this is because I I have my mortgage with Vitality, with Discovery, and they have a Vitality model that reduces your premiums based off of your Vitality statuses, right? So if your status is like, um, let me not be specific, but if you're doing good health-wise, right, then it will reduce your your premium. I think you also need to have like a cover with them, like a home protector cover. If you have like a home contents cover, such things also reduce your premium that you pay. So yeah, and then my car, I paid exactly the same as what I had planned to pay. These here look lovely. I don't want to go through them. They look very, very nice, but yeah, I gave you guys a rundown of like the detail, right? I saved and invested. I invested what I said I'm going to invest. Here you can see that I didn't save 100% of what I had budgeted, and that's fine. We can always fix that. But yeah, there we go. I think I'm going to make a separate video because we almost at like 20 minutes, a separate video going through my monthly goals, right? And how I did there. Then we're going to set new goals for myself. Then I'll come back again and share my Feb budget with you guys. Very similar, slight changes, and I'm also going to improve myself, like improve things like this. This hurts my feelings. But yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please leave me a green heart so I know the people who made it this far. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep well, keep budgeting, keep like tracking your spending. But I personally don't believe in restricting yourself. As much as we budget, such things happen, right? Because life happens, right? And budget, track your spending, work with what you have, but at least have visibility of what's going on with your money. This is proper visibility. I know where I'm spending a whole lot of money that I didn't even plan on spending. Because then I can have a conversation with myself to say, should I actually be budgeting 3.6 or 3.5? Is that enough? Or should I actually be budgeting 6,000 for groceries? Because if I can see the trend that I'm actually always spending more than what I budgeted around my groceries, then perhaps I need to have the conversation with myself to start budgeting more. right? That 3.5 is not enough, right? So, yes, have a look at your money. Be good with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, right? A budget is not to restrict you, but then it's permission for you to spend money. It's permission to spend. Like if I have 160 here allocated to coffee and hot chocolate, that's permission for me to buy myself hot chocolate and coffee. Right? So I look at it like that. I'm talking too much. I'll see you guys in the next video. And I'm going to try and make a video where I show my face. For those of you guys who haven't seen my face, I'm a human being. I'm alive and I'm well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.